A unique initiative pitched by UNBC students is gaining momentum. The Pave the Way program has added another partner to its growing list. The campaign is a bid to have free transit during the Canada Winter Games, and more organizations are getting on board.
A group of UNBC students wants to get everyone on transit for free during the Canada Winter Games, and many organizations have gotten on board since the idea first went out, with the likes of BC Hydro and the Pacific Institute for Climate Solutions stepping up to cover the cost of operating the buses for a day. And the buy-in has surprised Councillor Gillian Merrick.
I was actually, because the campaign isn't necessarily part of the Winter Games. It's a separate campaign, so the sponsorship recognition that comes with it is not part of the Winter Games package. And I thought, it's going to be stiff competition with those games to try and get people to sponsor transit. And you've only got a few months to go, and I think really at this point they've only got a few $1,000s left to raise.
The PG Air Improvement Roundtable was the first to sign on, agreeing to cover the cost of transit at $2,100 per day for February 13th and the 19th.
We would love to see less vehicles on the road. Less vehicles on the road means less emissions, less particulate matter in the air, and an improvement in air quality.
Council has also signed on, covering the cost of a day. Councillor Garth Frizzell says it shows a proactive green city, and he challenges future hosts of the Games.
We have done things here in Prince George. I should say the Canada Winter Games Society has done things that are setting new standards, and the next municipalities that take this on have got a higher bar that they have to go through. So I'll say it straight out. I challenge Winnipeg and I challenge Red Deer to match what Prince George is doing.
PG Air is also tossing out a challenge to the city: make transit free for all major sporting events.
I think that would be a great idea, because whenever you have a large event, there's more vehicles in general in the Prince George airshed. So if that can be reduced or offset by encouraging people riding free transit, that would be really great.
Merrick says the free transit is not just a boon for the tourists and athletes who will be gracing our city for 18 days in February.
Employees really rely on transit, so Canadian Tire is probably a good example. The mall is a good example of employers that a lot of their employment base relies on the transit system to get there, and a lot of their customers do too. And then other folks are just people who want to see support for the transit system and just free transportation during the Winter Games. I think that would just be so wonderful.
Merrick also used the presentation to council to make a pitch for an all-weather shelter for students at UNBC. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.